Today, you've got some super exciting news for you Apple fans out there. It looks like the launch date for the iPhone 16 series has just leaked, and it's coming up sooner than you might think. So, without further ado, let's dive right into all the juicy details. The tech world is absolutely buzzing right now, and for a good reason. Apple's highly anticipated iPhone 16 series is expected to make its grand debut next month, just as we've seen with previous iPhone launches. And while we've been hearing rumors for a while now, it seems that September 10th might be the big day. Yep, that's right. Another leak has added more weight to this date, suggesting that Apple's next major event is scheduled for September 10th, 2024. So where is this information coming from? Enter Majin Buu, a well-known tipster in the tech community. Majin Buu has been teasing us with bits of information about the iPhone 16 series for a while now, and their latest tweet has set the internet on fire. According to Majin Buu, an anonymous source has confirmed that Apple's event will indeed take place on September 10th. They even shared what appears to be a sneak peek of the event invite, featuring the catchy tagline Ready, Set, Capture. Now let's talk about that tagline for a moment. Ready, Set, Capture. This is likely a nod to one of the most exciting rumored features of the iPhone 16 series, the new capacitive capture button. This button is expected to be a game changer, offering advanced controls for focus and zoom. But that's not all. The button might be pressure sensitive, giving you haptic feedback based on how hard you press it. Imagine the possibilities for mobile photography with this kind of control at your fingertips. Of course, we won't know for sure until Apple's big reveal, but this leak has definitely piqued our interest. If the rumors are true, this feature could be a major selling point for the iPhone 16 series. Now you might be wondering why September 10th. Well, it makes total sense when you think about it. Apple has a history of holding its iPhone launch events on a Tuesday, and guess what? September 10th is indeed a Tuesday this year. This timing aligns perfectly with Apple's usual launch schedule, so it wouldn't be surprising if this date turns out to be accurate. If September 10th is indeed the date for Apple's 2024 product reveal, what can we expect next? Well, if history is any indication, pre-orders for the iPhone 16 could start as soon as Friday, September 13th. That would set the stage for a potential release date of Friday, September 20th. So mark your calendars because it looks like we're just weeks away from getting our hands on the latest iPhones. Now let's talk about what we can expect at this event. The iPhone 16 series is obviously the star of the show, and it's expected to include several models. The standard iPhone 16, the larger iPhone 16 Plus, which might be replaced by the iPhone 17 Slim next year, the iPhone 16 Pro, and the top-of-the-line iPhone 16 Pro Max. Each of these models is expected to come with its own set of upgrades and new features, making them some of the most anticipated devices of the year. But that's not all. We're also expecting to see some exciting new additions to Apple's wearable lineup, expected to roll out across the entire iPhone 16 series later this year, potentially transforming how we interact with our devices. So there you have it, folks. The iPhone 16 series launch date might just be around the corner. And if these leaks are anything to go by, we're in for one heck of an event. From the rumored new capture button to the latest Apple Watches and AirPods, there's a lot to look forward to. That's it for today. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. And if you're excited about the iPhone 16 series, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming coverage. As always, see you in the next video. In just a few months' time, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will succeed the iPhone 15 Pro Max and take on the mantle as the best and most advanced iPhone out there. Although there's plenty of time until September and a lot can change, we seem to know a lot about the upcoming top iPhone model based on rumors and leaks. How is the iPhone 16 Pro Max shaping up against its predecessor? What's changing and what's staying the same? Let's see how the iPhone 16 Pro Max shapes up against the current best iPhone Apple has in its roster. First up, let's talk about design and size. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will inherit the same design language as the iPhone 15 Pro Max, employing the same titanium frame with a completely flat screen. The major difference between the iPhone 16 Pro Max and the iPhone 15 Pro Max will be size. The upcoming iPhone screen will grow to 6.9 inches across, a significant bump over the iPhone 15 Pro Max's 6.7-inch display. To achieve this, they're likely shrinking the bezels down even further and making the phone itself slightly larger overall. As per the rumors, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will measure 163mm in height and 77.58mm in width versus 159.9mm and 76.7mm for the iPhone 15 Pro Max, respectively. A small but notable change, all things considered. The iPhone 15 Pro Max debuted with an action button, instead of a mute switch and a USB Type-C port at the bottom, so those two features will be carrying over to the newer model as well. However, the iPhone 16 series will be scoring another button, dubbed the capture button. Colors-wise, the iPhone 15 Pro Max was available in 4 understated and titanium-inspired colors. We've heard that Apple might use another titanium processing technique that will make the iPhone 16 Pro Max glossier and also more capable of retaining colors. Moving on to display differences. As mentioned, the iPhone 16 Pro Max will come along with a significantly larger display, measuring at 6.9 inches across. Aside from the size, we don't clearly expect any other major changes. We're certainly getting a liquid Retina XDR display with an OLED panel delivering superb colors, contrast, and exceptional maximum brightness. The screen will support 120Hz ProMotion refresh rate, making scrolling through the interface and on-screen content way smoother. Now let's delve into performance and software. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will feature a second-generation 3nm chip, possibly dubbed Apple A18 Pro. As one can imagine, we expect that the Apple A18 Pro will have better performance than the Apple A17 Pro. Due to the heavily rumored focus on AI for both iOS and the iPhone 16 range, we expect that the iPhone 16 Pro Max will come with a much improved neural engine to take care of all the generative AI features. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will also be a first to debut iOS 18 with a focus on artificial intelligence features. The new iPhone 16 Pro Max will also support faster Wi-Fi 7 and a more power-efficient 5G modem, keeping you future-proofed on the connectivity front. Let's talk about the camera. As the iPhone 15 Pro Max delivers a host of important camera features, chief among which is the new 120mm telephoto lens, the iPhone 16 Pro Max could finally address one of the forgotten cameras that hasn't recently scored any significant overhauls, the ultra-wide. Analyst Ming-Chi Kuo believes that Apple will be introducing a 48-megapixel ultra-wide camera on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. When it comes to audio quality, iPhone Pro Max devices are always up there with the best, setting the benchmarks for all other manufacturers to measure up against. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will be no exception. The same generally applies to haptics too. iPhones are arguably the best devices when it comes to haptic feedback, giving us precise and accurate vibrations that are sufficiently strong yet not overpowering. Lastly, battery life and charging. The iPhone 16 Pro Max will reportedly feature a much larger 4,676 mAh battery compared to the 4,422 mAh battery in the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Charging-wise, we haven't heard anything about a potential charging speed increase, but we hope to see one on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. So far, the iPhone 16 Pro Max is shaping up to be a logical improvement to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, delivering key upgrades in important areas like screen size, performance, AI, and battery life. Thus far, we haven't heard anything particular about a potential price increase, so it's safe to assume that the iPhone 16 Pro Max will start at $1,199 for the 256GB version. Of course, if there's an iPhone 15 Pro Max in your pocket, then you'll probably have few reasons to upgrade to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Stay tuned for more updates on the iPhone 16 Pro Max as we get closer to its release date. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest tech news and reviews. Thanks for watching. Until next time.